Hello everybody. Now we are going to have a debate on the God exists or not. Please proceed further.
I am speaking against the topic.
I am speaking against the topic.
I am just speaking on the topic.
Hello, I am speaking for the topic.
Okay. Then, have you seen God? Like you are speaking again on the topic, right? Have you seen God?
You say that, have you seen God? Have you seen oxygen? But oxygen is important for the living of a life. In that way, the God is important for our life. It is faith, it is a feeling, it is a give us compassion, it is a feeling of a soul that create a man-to-man emotion. So God is exist.
But scientifically, we can prove in laboratories that oxygen exists and we can make oxygen. But we can't make God, and we can't prove scientifically that
Yes,
God
just
exists.
like you say that we can prove in a laboratory that God is exists. Oxygen is there. In similar way, you can prove in a temple that God is exist by the feeling, by the emotions, by the faith, by your feelings. You can prove that. You can ask to anyone who in a temple that how is feeling in temple and outside the temple.
Okay, then tell me who came first, God or human?
I think never judge God by the experiment or something else. Physics is always different than God. God is always come first. That is the difference between God and physics. God gives us theory, but implementation of theory is done by human being. So that is the difference between the God and human being. You are talking about the experiments that are the other part. The God is other part, but we haven't have any proof that we have a God or have you seen God. It's not a point that it exists or not.
But we have five senses, right? Like eyes, skin.
Yes.
We can feel anything we want. We can scientifically prove something because science is everything today. But no one has seen God nowadays. People claim that they have seen God, but they also can't prove that they have seen God. So how can you?
At the center of the universe, there is someone beyond that center who creates that earth or the center or the center of that universe. Also, the one experiment was held. I don't know the example of that that the proper the experiment, but but the scientist gives the name to that particle like God's particle. Why?
Yeah, that was actually the smallest. We were assuming like the smallest particle in an atom is proton or electron, but
No,
the experiment.
But the point is that the particle is not a proton or not a neutron or not an electron. This is beyond these three particle. It means that the world or the universe is created by that particle, and that one particle is created by God. That is the basic between why God is being there or not.
Then you think that God came first.
Yes.
Then
God make the human being.
okay,
God make the
human.
Yes.
Okay, then
So this is the
then
theory.
tell me when human came, then they don't have any clothes and then don't have any knowledge that how to survive in his life. Then when we see the God's photo, then in that God's photo, how can we how the God has the clothes?
Actually, God
Okay,
have
see
knowledge
that
of everything.
when you are child, do you know how to survive on the? Do you know how to live, what to eat or what not? But
Just
these
tell me.
things we get introduced by other peoples on the earth.
No, but
So how can you say that God have clothes and
no, if God came first, then definitely human also want that.
But God wants to be that people should create clothes or something for its own.
Yeah, that's right.
Giving the clothes is like food feeding.
Yes.
And God never wants to do the food feeding to his sons. Like that.
So who created earth? Who created
human
sun? Who
created
created the systems? As there are many theories present, but who created a smallest particle on the earth? Like you can see that first atom is formed under the sea, then who created the sea? Who created this first atom? This is our
That's
question.
whole a different story, like Big Bang theory.
Yes, Big Bang theory. Who created a first atom
What
that
is the
from
beyond the
on
Big
which
Bang
based
theory?
on Big
Who is
Bang
before
theory?
the Big Bang theory?
Yes.
No one don't know that who created that.
So
Still,
we know that this is created by God,
You-
and you can.
Because
you don't have any proof that
We have proof of Bhagavad Gita. We have proof of many books written by our Indian system. In
Okay,
Indian
I
system.
want to speak now. Just don't cut me. You spoke about that God's particle, right? So people were also not knowing in historic times that electricity presents. So electricity was presented by some scientists, and then people started using it, right? So you can't just say like that time people didn't say that electricity was produced by God. So there are a lot of things in the universe which are still unknown to human being, and that was the God's particle, the name given, and still we are searching for a smaller and smaller particles. Like nothing can travel with the speed of light.
Yes.
We know, but still there are some particles that can travel speed of light. Like, let me complete. And now your theory was like that lot of theories are there for producing universe, right? So universe doesn't came from, like, it produced from nothing is one theory. It produced from nothing, like the Big Bang was there, but still people are searching for that unknown energy in the universe that we are unknown of, but still the research is going on. But we can't say that someone is there, the heaven is there, and heaven creates all the people. No, not like that.
you pointed on the time travel, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Time travel.
but this time travel is mentioned in Urugved and the Granthas also.
And you also said that electricity, from which particle, the particle introduced by whom, from which they created electricity? Means
Matter.
Yes. So who
No,
created
matter is
matter?
different. Matter is always different, and particle is different. You never combine matter and particle.
Matter is consist of atoms and molecules,
Atoms,
right?
yes.
And
But in terms of God exist or not.
yeah.
If you combine that particle, then the matter came in point.
Okay.
There is no thinking of like if you are thinking about that there is a matter, then only there is God. This is not the point of discussion.
That's what I'm telling. There are many theories that prove that the whole universe came from a single point or nothing.
Yes, this same question was asked to Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
They told that yes, if some people thinks that God is exist, but I haven't seen the God. But at the point of my research, if yes, there will be someone beyond the physics. We haven't reached there, but in future we will be there. But
Excuse me, everybody. We have left 2 minutes for the discussions.
so I think that they are the scientists also know that the God is exist.
Well, in my opinion, we should search a God in every human being.
So we created the structures of God for concentrating on one single point. Like when we concentrate on single point, we can see that our concentration is more. So that's why I think for concentration only, for our soul, we created the structures. It's not only depend upon the structures, but it is also depend upon your feeling. As you can see, if your feeling is strong enough, then your wishes can be fulfilled. Yes, it's a science. So that's why.
So we have to conclude this topic, right? We just 2 minutes left. So we can think like the God doesn't exist like a human being, but it is a feeling like everybody have in their mind.
Your discussion is over. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.